Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Kisna Balkis and you can call me Kistina. I am one of the member from DTT3 class. So today, I'm going to read about past simple, past perfect, which is I had done. Sarah and Paul went to the same party last week, but they didn't see each other. Paul left the party at 10:13 and Sarah arrived at 11 o'clock. So when Sarah arrived at the party, Paul wasn't there. He had gone home. Had gone is the past perfect. The past perfect simple is had plus past participle, which is gone. Sometimes we talk about something that happened in the past. For example, Sarah arrived at the party. This is the starting point of the story. Then, if we want to talk about things that happened before this time, we use the past perfect had. When Sarah arrived at the party, Paul had already gone home. Some more example is when we got home last night, we found that somebody had broken into the flat. Karen didn't come to the cinema with us. She had already seen the movie. Present perfect, which is have seen, and past perfect, which is had seen. For example, who is that? For the example of present perfect, who is that woman? I have seen her before, but I can remember where. For past perfect, I wasn't sure who she was. I had seen her before, but I couldn't remember where. Compare past simple, which is left, and past perfect, which is had left. For past simple, she wasn't at home when I phoned. She was at her mother's house. Kate had just, for past perfect, Kate had just got home when I phoned. She had been at her mother's house. There was a picture lying on the floor. It had fallen off the wall. The people sitting next to you on the plane were nervous. It was their first flight. They hadn't flown before. You went back to your hometown recently after many years. It wasn't the same as before. It had changed a lot. Somebody sang a song. You didn't know it. I hadn't heard it before. I invited Rachel to the party, but she couldn't come. She had arranged to do something else. You went to the cinema last night. You got to the cinema late. The film had already started. Last year, he went to Mexico. It was our first time there. We hadn't been there before. I met Daniel last week. It was good to see him again after such a long time. I hadn't seen him for 5 years. I offered my friends something to eat, but they weren't hungry. They had just had lunch. Sam played tennis yesterday. He wasn't very good at it because it was his first game ever. He had never played before. We arrived at work in the morning and found that somebody had broken into the office during the night, so we called the police. I went to Laura's house this morning and rang her doorbell, but there was no answer. She had gone out. I met Joe a few days ago. He'd just come back from holiday. He looked very well. Yesterday, James got a phone call from Amy. He was surprised, but Amy had sent him lots of email, but she never replied. Paul wasn't at the party when I arrived. He'd gone. I felt very tired when I got home, so I went. The house was very quiet when I got home. Everybody had gone. Mark travels a lot. When I first met him, he had already traveled around the world. Sorry, I'm late. The car had broken down on my way here. We were driving along the road when we saw a car which had broken down. So we stopped to help.